Next up, we have color 5, which is the perspective of probability. Probability view the world through logic and patterns focused on likelihood. It's focused and rigid with an assumption of expectation, realistic, pragmatic, and staying grounded in reality. The transference, the distraction, is possibility, which is color 2, because 2 and 5 have that relationship. And possibility is about seeing more the possibility than the probability and getting lost in unrealistic dreams, possibility, which causes confusion.
It will always cause confusion because it doesn't have what's required to form a probability. The possibility never has the full foundation of what's required to form a probability. It just has possibilities.
Could be this, could be this.
But like I said before, the probabilities person needs those possibilities. They need to continue to fill up their cup with them, so they must dip down there and pick them up from time to time. That's the distraction. This whole views the world through logical patterns. It's trying to make logical patterns. It's very much tied into the logical circuitry as it relates to the collective, by the way. Same with its tone. And it's requiring itself to say, I must limit the field, and I must speak in a sense that then my view supports the personality fifth color, which is to fix things, guilt. Don't forget, these views are in support of the light, but they're also in support of the witness, the passenger, being able to see correctly, being able to see that it is a passenger, and being able to see that if it's got a fifth color on the personality side, that it is there to fix things, to help fix stuff. That's what guilt does on the personality side, the personality sun earth.
On the motivation.
And the motivation. But here in the nodes, it's just saying, I can measure. And since I'm going to externalize, I can't externalize possibilities. No one's going to listen. I can only gain wisdom from possibilities and listening, but I can gain credibility by identifying the correct probabilities. So probabilities, people have to determine the right probabilities. And if they live in possibilities for too long, they'll bet the whole farm instead of just betting $20 on lucky number 7, because I possibly could get it. And the probability is, I'm looking at these dice up here in the far right-hand corner, and, I rolled 2 7s within the last 20 minutes. I'm not betting on 7s right now. I'm not doing it. I might get it. I realize it's possible. I might get it 4 times in a row, but I'm still not going to bet the farm. I'll bet $20 because the probability is I've already seen it once or twice in the past 10 minutes. The dice are a great, perfect representation of probabilities. So that's probability. It's a pretty easy one to understand. This is a good one to see. They all are a good one to see. And Leah and Greg, when you were witnessing your thing, I would like you to ask yourselves the same question as you see it that I had to ask myself, that Ra asked me. Ra asked me this question one day, and I was listening to this whole dissertation about this, and it was like your probabilities, and suddenly you notice you're stuck in the possibilities, and it's a little disorganizing. There's too much there. You're out of your field, and it doesn't quite feel right. But you're still looking at it and you're wanting it, and now suddenly you feel hope, like a little bit of hope. Maybe it'll be this way. Are you noticing? And I'm sitting there saying to myself, yeah. And it's like, and he asked, who's noticing? This is a mechanic taking a place inside of you, and you're noticing as if you're separate from it. Because technically you are. The passenger is just the passenger. The passenger isn't even mind, technically. Mind just speaks for passenger, and mind is not self. The passenger itself is waiting to be unconditioned. It's like the alien that got here and said, I want experience. And it said, look at all these creatures. And it hopped into one of the meat suits. And it's been here for so long that itself got conditioned and it forgot why it was here. We need to drag that person out by seeing this difference. So when you see yourself transfer, ask yourself who's noticing. Who's noticing? Because you'll start to realize, oh my God, my me is noticing, but my me is not the probability or the possibility. That's just my me's view. I'm actually a passenger in all of this, noticing all these operations through all of the things, the view, the mind, the personality, the design. We're passengers, folks. We're moving along in meat suits with finite life cycles through the agency of a crystal consciousness being programmed by a neutrino stream. So go figure that one out. What's the probability you're going to be able to answer what all that means before the end of one lifetime? Possible,
Not likely.
maybe not. You never know, though.
For our arrows, with the left arrow, it's conditioner. And these people shape systems or plans for practical outcomes. Conditioners organize logically. On the flip side, we have the right, we have the conditioned, and they adapt to existing structures or patterns, and they're conditioned to align with proven systems.
Absolutely. And the conditioned, it doesn't mean they don't recognize the logical part of shaping things. And the conditioner doesn't mean that they don't get conditioned sometimes. So if you're a right-facing arrow, you move from the conditioner, always marching out and sort of conditioning the scene. Then you're moving towards just the conditioned. That's my movement in life. And then if you're a left-facing arrow, you start out being conditioned and take a logical path that is strategic towards, think about it, being conditioned, just letting yourself be conditioned. That's the definition of receptivity and openness, open receptive, like a right-facing arrow is. And strategic, if you're a left-facing arrow, the very definition of that is when you're young, you're conditioned until you can realize what you're going to condition on your own. So you start out with a logical process that says, I'm observing because it's a strategic thing to do to come to know. And then you become a conditioner as you move throughout your life process past the halfway point. So this movement actually makes sense. And the conditioning, again, think of all the fifth line things, attractiveness, the general, the person who is a heresy. If I condition you to be a certain way, that's a heresy potentially, or it's the best thing since sliced bread. We don't know, but we're always sort of projecting upon that conditioner conditioned, which is also the Casanova or the femme fatale, which is also the attractive one, and the general, which is also, in this case, conditioned and conditioner. That's what the fifth line is always doing. It is being a type of invitation to hear my universalization that then is going to change everything or not. And what makes a good probabilities person that is moving through this process is the strength of their convictions. And their convictions don't come from mind. They come from living out your strategy and authority. And then sooner or later, mind gets involved with all of that. And then mind starts to deliver really good convictions that body already knew. So if you have a fifth color here, recognize your convictions are going to matter a great deal. You're here to condition things. You're here to move between these two things to witness what they mean by juxtaposing them to each other.
Yeah, we.
That's a lot. People are going to have to listen to this more than once.
Yeah. Well, you got a compliment from Jen. Wow. Thanks, Danny. Really helpful.
Oh my God, Jen. Which one are you? Can you say?
Probability left. So conditioner.
Got you. So you started out conditioned. This is going to make sense. If you fought that too much, that was to your detriment. So you'll find out. And if you did fight it a little too much, then you'll start to see, give yourself a break. Doesn't matter. Here you are. And if you didn't fight it too much and lived it out, recognize the grace in all of that. You're here to see probabilities and fill your cup up with a few possibilities and get right back to the probabilities again. And then when you see it, ask yourself who's noticing.
She said probability left and frustrated.
Well, you need to dial in for a reading, Jen. You need to get that read for you.
Oh, well, she said not anymore, though. So I think formerly conditioner and frustrated.
Got you. Well, I'd be honored to read for you, Jen.
There you
About
go.
tearing this body graph apart and seeing how it works, man. It's a beautiful thing.